If you want to start an online business to escape your 9 to 5, but you don't have much capital to play with, this one's for you. I started this high ticket dropshipping business for less than $300. And as you can see, 2 years later, I sold it for half a million. That's 700K US dollars. And across that 2 years, it paid me out around 11.3K per month. But I started that for under $300. And now you can start one today for less than 150 US dollars. And I'm going to show you exactly how now on screen, figures, links, and all. So let's dive into that. Here's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be building a Shopify store that sells products online, specifically high ticket products from domestic manufacturing partners. So real businesses, reputable brands that are in the US, if we're building there, the UK, Australia, it doesn't matter. This model works great in all e-commerce markets, okay? But that high ticket selling products online via Shopify is how we build a proper business that can replace our income really quickly and get us a big exit payout. And here are all the costs associated. And if you want to know how much it's going to cost, I'm going to lay it out for you with every tool you'll need, where to find it. But spoiler alert, it's going to cost under 150 US dollars. So the first thing we need to do is choose a niche. We need to choose the set of products we're going to sell and who we're going to serve. And of course, we need to choose a winning niche in which we can grow fast. So if we jump into the 1% Ecom Club, which is my school community where people are building these businesses every single day, you will see that we have some really high quality content on niche selection, including some excellent ChatGPT tools and prompts to help you choose a winning niche. And the great news is these are completely free. So I can show you in action. I have put that prompt, as you can see, into GPT here, and you can see we have got some really strong, viable, high ticket niches. Selling golf simulator products for people who want to put one in their home, saunas, cold plunges. We've got recording studio items for people who want to do YouTube, podcasts, etc. We've got people who want to live off grid, the woodworking hobbyist, metal fabricator, and more. I'm going to have a look at this one, the beauty salon startup owner, because we don't just choose a niche based on this criteria. We also dive deeper into each of these ideas to make sure we pick one that has the best chance of success. And we have another tool here, again, which is custom built on a custom GPT, which means it's completely free to use, but it does call the API of data for SEO, which is the powerhouse, the data source behind the really expensive $200 a month plus research tools. And you can see it gives me loads and loads of data and information on this potential niche I'm considering, which is serving people who are buying high ticket products to set up a salon. It might be for nails, for hair, for beauty, it doesn't matter. We can sell all these sorts of things: barber chairs, laser hair removal machines, hair dryers, pedicure spa chairs, all sorts. Okay, really good niche. I like this. And what it does is it shows me where is it competitive and where is it underserved. And what we're looking for is where are there high volume search terms that are pretty underserved and easy to rank for. And if we're seeing a good number of these, as we are for pedicure spa chairs, professional facial machines, salon stations, etc., then we might well dive into this one and start building. So we can put a nice 0 next to the research tools that we need to pick a winning niche. Then, once we've decided, let's, for argument's sake on this video, say we are going to launch in this area, beauty salon, starters, owners, etc. Then we need a domain name. So we need a business name. And what we can do is jump over to a platform like GoDaddy. I've gone for yourperfectsalon.com. Took me all of 30 seconds to come up with. I'm sure you can come up with better. But as you can see, I can grab this domain name for $11. Okay, great. So that's my domain sorted. That's where my website's going to live. It's also probably going to be my store name as well. And now I need some branding. Okay, this is things like logo, like color scheme, and that is what's going to make my site look really professional. So we're going to leverage AI here again and another 1% Ecom Club prompt, and we're going to get GPT to create a really strong brand for us. Now, we can play around with this, get a few different iterations, but let me just show you the power here. I have told it about who I want to serve, what products I want to sell, and basically a few vibes that I'm interested in. And you can see it's created for me a logo and then also a color scheme and a font recommendation that I can start to use to build my brand in Shopify. Now, again, all of that has been done for free. And you can see this might not be your cup of tea. You might want to iterate, give it feedback and get something else. but it's certainly professional. It's something we can use to launch our business. So that is now domain name, branding, and color scheme covered. So we can start building the Shopify site. And to bring this to life, here's one I literally built last week. This is a Shopify store that I built using all the prompts and processes I'm showing you in this video. Different niche. This is serving people who want to kit out their boat because they love sailing. But as you can see, I've built a professional looking Shopify store. Now, how did I do that and what did it cost? Okay, so I need a Shopify subscription. Fairly obvious. Okay, that's going to cost me $1 for the first 3 months and then 20 something bucks after that. But after 3 months, I'll be making money. So that's absolutely fine. I can cover my Shopify subscription. Also, I ran with this basic plan for about the first year of my business. So it's not a case that you're going to have to scale up really quickly when you start making sales. This will be fine. So we can put in $1 for our Shopify subscription. Then we need to do the store build. And a lot of people panic. They think, I'm not technical. I don't think I'm going to be able to build something like this or like my original site that looks really, really professional. Now, I have absolutely zero site building and coding experience, but Shopify and good quality themes make this really easy. So I'm going to show you the back end of this site, Improve Sailing. Okay. That's this store that you see live here. And you can see that if you buy a theme, then you get this component tree that is literally drag and drop and customizable. Okay. And you can see if you want to add a new section, you've got a whole host of options for all sort of styles that you can build your store based on. So it's really easy to create something that looks really professional, looks good to buyers and partners. You can see that's true across products, across the homepage. It makes it really, really easy to use. So that ticks off building a professional site. Now, we do need to spend some money here. In fact, it's the lion's share of our budget. This site here and all of the componentry you see is built on this Shopify theme called Technical. And as you can see, it's $100 US. So that is expensive in the context of overall what we're doing, but it is well worth it because it is what allows it to be so easy for us to build a really high quality site. So now we've got our build done and our pre-coded components. Now we need some products to sell on the site. So what are we going to do here? We're going to partner with reputable brands. You can see here on this site, there are loads of different brands that we are selling on behalf of. Now we don't hold stock. We are the retail partner. They are the brand. That they are the product designer. They are the people who ship these into the country. They manufacture them. They deal with the factory, the logistics, etc. We deal with getting the traffic and making the sales, and we buy from them at a trade margin. Okay. So we can, for example, with this improved sailing site, we can find either wholesalers like this who literally have a dropship program and allow us to buy high quality products from them. You can see if I go into their shop, you can see all of the different brands, etc., that they work with that we can now sell on behalf of, and we're going to get a margin from them. Or indeed, we can go direct to the brands as well, and many of them will allow us to drop ship and sell on their behalf. Okay, so when we've got products that we're ready to sell, how do we make sure that they are essentially looking good, looking in a state that people are ready to buy them? Well, again, it's another custom tool that costs us absolutely nothing. I've got a product uploading GPT, custom GPT here, and you can see in order to make sure I get great results without having to spend hours myself uploading every product or indeed paying someone to do so, I give this GPT all the instructions, all the information. I give it a structure. I tell it about my ideal customer. I give it a style guide. And that means that I get really high quality outputs. And you can see here, this whole product description was made using that custom GPT. You can see, really strong FAQs, really strong heading, strong structure, breaks down the features really well. It's a proper professional product page that's going to be impressive to the brands and suppliers that I want to partner with, and also to my customers when I want to make sales. Okay, so where are we now? Let's review. So we've got products on our site ready to sell and products uploaded. Now, one thing I would say about this is that we do want to have a professional phone number, i.e., not our mobile number, and a professional email address in order to sell ourselves to the suppliers and get them to take us seriously and bring us on board. So I'm going to bake in $20 for a professional email address and also for a phone number. And then finally, we need to get some traffic to our site who are going to start buying our products. Now, in this video, I'm not going to get into the details of how and why we need a feed management tool or how we do our keyword research for ads, but I am going to show you what the end state is. And that is making sure that our products and store are featuring in this popular product section, which is organic, i.e., free traffic from Google based on optimizations, how relevant we show our product to be, which is where we want our free traffic source right out the gate when we're launching this site. And you can see this is for a commercial keyword of a brand and product type we would sell. To do that in the best possible way, we need a Google Shopping feed, and Simprosys is the best one out of the gates. You can see here for 500 products, we can use it at $5 a month. And then in terms of our research, in terms of how we're going to find the keywords we go after and optimize towards, you guessed it, we're going to be using our custom SEO data GPT because it has the best data source and we can use it completely free as a custom build. So here's one I made earlier that lets you know the complete total. So we agreed our niche research tool is custom and it's 0. Domain name 11, nothing for our branding and color scheme because we're using GPT and properly engineered prompts. Shopify is going to cost us $1. The big ticket item is the pre-coded theme that's well worth it at $100. Then we need a proper phone number and email address to look serious to the people we're going to partner with in order to sell their products. We're going to product upload in a really efficient way using our custom GPT. And then we need a feed management tool. And the total there is $137 to launch this business. And as I've shown you already, this is the size of the prize. And once you start making money, you can start heavily reinvesting it and not living on this shoestring budget of $137. But the great thing is you can get skin in the game and start making money for such an accessible amount. If you want all the strategies to build one of these businesses, they live on my channel and inside my school community.